I think it should be okay. Worst case, he just pops hello ground and just, you know, he try to burn as many.
Yeah. Are you gonna get Kalka?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get Kalka.
Okay, so later in the 6 rooms, we will split up into 6 parties, and then once we have, you know, allocated 1 party per room, what will happen is that in your individual parties, you will, okay, there's a button in the center. The main tank will stand in the center. Move away from the front. Okay, he got it. Okay, the main tank will stand in the center, and once all 6 rooms have someone standing in the center, okay, on the button in the center, the doors will close, 2 mobs will spawn, and then in your individual parties, you need to tank and spank the 2 mobs. Just dispatch the 2 mobs. Once you have dispatched your mobs, your door will open. Once all 6 rooms have been cleared, the main door will open and we will proceed to the next area. Ooh, please. He went for someone else. Yeah, I think healer. Okay, yeah.
Oh, the ambush for Pogo.
Yeah,
There's
just
a garden in the corner.
It's like
Yeah.
We run by.
Whose
Where's-
trauma is
Where's
this again?
Hampy? Hampy.
Is it Hampy?
Yeah. He hates this. He just bapped him one time.
Literally
He's like
just like-
dead.
Didn't Tomato get back as well?
Tomato got ambushed by... Yeah, I think it's
What?
also...
Yeah,
I think it was a frog as well.
Yeah, it was a
but
frog.
it wasn't,
Yeah.
it wasn't the hammer that killed him. He just got back.
The
lah.
Biblias and the Centaur usually like doing that as well in this hole. Oh, it's the hole in AB they do it in. Yeah.
Yeah, this is correct. Oh, the later one, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
There's no... Not yet.
Yeah, the
I think it
Centaur
is
and the Biblias in the later hole.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to just shout out for the support lah, so we're going to start it soon. So what happens is once we separate into 6 different parties and we get into a room each, right? You will need to tank and spank the mobs in your room. At the same time, outside in Hydatos itself, the support fate will spawn, and the people outside will need to kill the support fate outside for us inside here to proceed. If they fail to do so, our run ends. It happened once, they failed to clear the support fate once, and then we just return. That means our run is over. But this time around we are quite well prepared, so we should be okay. Okay, so we're going to shout out the rooms. Okay, I'm going to take win. T1, H2. Okay, it's going to be a bit weird. It's going to be a bit...
Yeah.
So,
Weird.
Yeah, because we've
perception,
got split
guys.
parties.
Yeah.
so it's gonna be like
It's going to be a bit
a
weird.
bit.
Yeah. Okay, now,
Yeah.
first thing first, make sure the room has been scanned for traps first,
Yeah.
because there will be traps in the room. If you don't see the room has been scanned, means you don't see any traps, be careful. It may not have been popped yet. Okay, so just be mindful about this. Okay, so make sure your room has been scanned for traps. Shout out a room element. Doesn't really matter. There are 6 elements: fire, ice, water, wind, thunder, and Saturday. Okay, there are 6 elements. You can choose any one. Okay, so Kelly's taking Saturday. I'm taking wind. Okay, once again, because we have more than 6 parties, it's a bit strange because there's like two split parties of 4 and 5, and another party with like 3 and I don't know 7. I'm not sure. I don't know how they split it, but there are multiple split parties. So we actually have more than 6 parties. So we're gonna have to like have some parties who have 2, some rooms who have 2 parties in one room. I'm taking win.
Yeah.
Okay,
the thunder room, has it been popped?
thunder.
The trap? Oh, Ricky's in here, so I assume. Wait.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
No, but he's martial list.
Oh, okay. He doesn't, right? So someone needs to scan it. I don't know. It's a bit risky. If you need to, just shout out for the perception to cover. Normally, right, we have 2 perception people, but this time around, because we didn't actually fill up the roles, right, we didn't assign someone to do perception. Just so you guys know, right, next time don't need to feel scared about taking perception. If you have, like, if you can afford the perception slot, right, you can just bring perception, and for training runs, we will tell you where to scan. Okay, we will actually tell you where to scan, so you don't have to worry about it. The traps are always in a specific area. So, like I said, here the rooms, you just need to scan all the rooms for the traps, and then once we can see the traps, it's safe. Usually we bring at least 2 people per session, but more is okay. Like if people want to want to bring extra perception, right, is okay one, because it just means we clear the rooms, we scan the rooms faster lah. Like there are 6 rooms, we need to send the 1 or 2 people to scan every single room.
We need more people. I've asked, but nobody's coming. Do you come?
What's that? Oh, as into the
We've got only 4 people, so we need
Okay.
more.
To make it easier to say, we only have 1 DPS.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Can some people who is not assigned
We
to
got
any
some.
room, right?
That's fine.
Ah,
We've
okay,
got
yeah,
some.
yeah.
Yeah, we've got 4 more people.
And actually they should join you, right? I don't know.
Hopefully. Like,
I
otherwise we could be here for a while.
No, I think they should merge the party, but okay, never mind. Later we settle. Okay, so once you're inside your rooms, okay, so once again, do a ready check and then just shout out like what Herba is doing. Okay, but use shout. Okay, Herba, you use yell, right? If you're in the center, it's okay, but try to use shout, because if you're on one of the ends, right, the other end cannot hear you. So use shout instead lah. For this part of this section of the run, right, we will use shout. So I will usually, for example, I'll shout tank 1, healer 2, DPS 2, win, ready. Okay, do a ready check, and once you're ready, you just shout your element ready. Once you see all 6 rooms are ready, we will set the pull time. Okay, and this is what we do for park runs. So for park runs, I obviously won't be coordinating efforts, but individually, you all need to know what to do, and then just choose a room, get your team to go to the room, and handle it yourself. If possible,
Everyone's ready.
yeah, if possible, use
Okay,
the auto translate as well. Okay, so we'll put at 3, 4.
There seems to be one party that's
Yeah.
lost.
lost.
Oh, well,
Yeah, as
Wait,
in like they don't
yeah.
seem to have a room.
Doesn't matter.
that's
Then
alright.
they can
just
go
come
to
here.
any room. They go to any
Yeah.
room, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like I said, there's
any room.
2 parties, half parties.
Yeah,
two split
Elcon and Arrow are in the half party. Like, but they're not in chat. They're not in DC.
Okay, can. Okay, so ET will start at 4:20 lah. Okay, so 0420 will start.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Okay, so at 0420, the tank will stand in the button in the center. Now, for all the tanks here, rotate your megabot to the element your room is in. Okay, because when the mob spawn, they might aggro you right away, and you may not have time to rotate it, and you might get hit really hard the first couple of hits. You will survive, but then means the healer need to quickly heal you back to top you up. So just rotate your megabot to defensive. All the rest of your party members should just rotate to the correct element as well. And then at 4:20,
Managing the order.
so at 4:20, we'll just everyone step into the button in the center. Okay, get ready. You're gonna start soon.
Sorry, Mia.
Can just don't immediately pull the mob for the main tanks. Wait and see if any mob has aggroed someone. Okay, sometimes the mob spawns and is immediately aggroing onto one of your party members. You want to pull that mob first. Okay, like my room here, this one already aggroed.
Oh, they're both angry.
Okay, if both aggro, never mind. Just
It's okay.
tank both. It's possible. It's doable.
I mean, Arrow could take one.
Yeah, it's like oh,
Yeah,
what's up?
nice.
Okay, make sure your tank stance is on. Make sure you are in the correct defensive stance, Megia, and then just tank and spam as per normal. Most of the ads in these rooms can actually be stunned. So if they cast something nasty towards your party, just stun them, low blow them. With the exception of the blue Kalka dolls, those cannot be stunned. If I'm not mistaken, everything else can be stunned. Okay, but don't take a risk. The party member should also try to dodge AoEs.
We are actually first.
Okay, fine. I mean, my party is only 5 people in one room, so.
Yeah, I think we had about 10 people in there at the end.
No, that's
Cheating, such cheat. 10 people, everyone bring Death L. Like, hey
Flex,
guys,
flex.
we done in 5 seconds,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh
Why
my
you guys
god.
taking so long? Why you taking so long?
He used to bring Death L, yeah.
Yeah, just so all of you guys know, right? If you are not like stacking spirit in every single slot, right, you can start to bring some support skills. Death L being one of those skills. So Death L just instantly kills mobs, which is really useful to make this section of the trash ads go faster.
Look, I have big bodyguards.
Yeah, Justitia haven't started yet.
There was another NM. They put the other NM first.
Oh, okay, that's fine, that's fine. It's fine. No, it's okay, That's okay. We are not in no particular rush.
Really? I mean, you got 40 minutes on the clock, so yeah.
Should be okay lah. I mean, we still have to wait 10 minutes. It just means that once they all enter, right, we start lah. So we don't
So we
wait
should
after.
start explanations
Yeah, I will do that.
early.
I'll
Yeah.
do that. I'll do that
Yeah.
right after I finish thanking. Okay, so what happens after this, right? Is, once we are done with these rooms, okay, we will proceed back to. We are retracing our steps to the Raiden room, and then to the 6 rooms that we cleared earlier on, and we are going to clear the corridor again. Okay, new mobs have spawned. We need to clear those mobs, and then we will park in front of AV, okay, Absolute Virtue, which is the 3rd boss. Now, at the same time, 8 more portals have spawned outside. Okay, once they are done with the support fit outside, 8 more portals will spawn in random positions, and they follow the same what's this now? They follow the same method as the original 48. So 8 blue portals will appear randomly, and after 3 minutes, they all turn red and they re-roll their position. So actually, support fit is 8 more new people, but randomly placed around. The portals are randomly placed, so it's a bit difficult to guarantee entry through support, because you need to get lucky with the portal appearing right next to you or something. And essentially, because we need to wait for the people to enter, right? Okay, because we need to wait for them. Once they down support, there's a 10-minute timer. 3 minutes, blue portals appear. Another 3 minutes, red portals appear. Then they need to form their logograms and run all the way back up here. Because of this, we will need to wait approximately about 10 minutes for them to be ready and join us at AV. Usually, at this point of time, just before AV, we will take a short break. We will usually take a restroom break. If you need a refill on your coffee or tea, it's a great time to go. Once we clear the ads, don't start going off now. We are not done yet. CT break, whatever break. So for those who are not new, right, then you can go take a break, obviously. But for those who are new, later what will happen is that I will give the brief on AV to save time. So while those who don't need it, right, will go for their break, I will brief everyone who do need it on the explanation on AV. Okay, while we are waiting for the people to come in. So this will sort of save a bit of time. Okay, so for those who are new, too bad you don't get a break. No coffee break for your first time.
Well, you could if you have wireless headphones.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
But then if you're going to the toilet, then don't turn it on.
You can
My
mute
kitchen's
it.
out of range of the wireless headphones. It's really sad.
Seriously, you got shit headphones, man.
I've got Corsair ones. I got good Corsair ones.
I've got Octa 7 Guilty.
Your toilet should be just beside your in the same room as your computer
I've got a
room.
piss bucket. It's okay.
No!
Even better. I was about to say that. It's like if you are even you are dedicated enough, right? You just
Please don't do the bottle, don't. No! No!
No, I'm not that degenerate.
No, you rub that in.
a rubber band. That's even worse. What kind of monster are you?
Please! I don't even know what that does, because obviously, you know.
It only works for males, by the way. Rubber band.
Please! Oh, I don't want to visualize that. Please don't!
You guys are degenerates.
Ah.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. We are now about to wait for the
Now we bees knees.
support. So those people who need to go for a break, you all can go ahead. Be back by it's about 15:38 for me. So be back by X45 lah. Okay, X45. So about 7 minutes break lah. Go for a 7 minutes break, then be back by X45. Now for those who are new, unfortunately, I will start my lengthy explanation on AV at this point of time. Okay, so you all will need to sit and listen. Okay, now, for everyone, once we okay, this one I'll remind later again. Okay, I will take North. Sorry, North. Okay, for everyone, later, right? For all the deep. Okay, now for what we are at now is AV. Absolute Virtue, which is the 3rd boss. After AV will be 2 more ads, okay, 2 more trash mobs, and then the last boss, Osma. Okay, so from this point onwards, we are pretty much facing 2 more bosses only. The trash ads in between is negligible, we can ignore them. For these last 2 bosses, AV and Osma, there is actually a enrich time. So in other words, there's a DPS check to be met for these two bosses. Because of this, all DPS, right, should try to contribute as much as they can. So usually if you are geared, the better geared you are, the more DPS you're contributing. Now even if you're not geared, you can still help by changing out your wisdom to a DPS wisdom. So usually at this point of time, while we are waiting here, okay, now the other thing is that for those who need shell and protect, for the general, the norm is that people who need shell and protect go to the back of the group, and then whoever is casting shell and protect will be standing there to refresh it on everyone. Okay, so whoever has shell and protect, right, go to the back and cast it on other people. I think who's doing it? I think Tamamo is doing it. So go and look for Tamamo at the back. Okay, you all can see him, right? I'm going to point him out. So if you all need it, go to him. Yeah, I think he also AFK for a bit. When he comes back, then just crowd around him and then pet him, poke him, slap him, and then get your shell and protect. And once you've gotten it, right, move away from him. Okay, once you've gotten it, move away from him, because you need to. It's easier for him to see who has got it, who has not gotten it. Once you have it, move away, so he knows that you got it. He can focus on the people who don't have it. Okay, so this is for shell and protect, and we'll do it for Osma later on as well. Okay, so if you need shell and protect, just go to the back of the group, get it, then go to the front again, so the person knows that you've gotten it. And this is done in park runs as well. Okay, now for AV onwards, there's DPS checks. AV, I think it's about 7 minutes 30 seconds long. He hits enrage. If he hits enrage, we all die. Osma itself is 10 minutes 30 seconds exactly. Same thing. There's a DPS check. So usually we need to try to push as much DPS as we can. Now because of this, all the DPS by right need to switch over from your Plague Bearer Wisdom to the DPS Wisdom. Okay, what are the DPS Wisdom? Okay, you might see some of your DPS in your party having it already, but essentially you want to get either Wisdom of the Fiend Hunter for range DPS, Wisdom of the Duelist for melee DPS, or Wisdom of the Elder for caster DPS. Okay, these are all the DPS logo wisdoms. It boosts your DPS by a flat rate, okay, a passive DPS increase. If you are poor or didn't prepare properly and you don't have any of these, Wisdom of the Skirmisher also works. Okay, generally speaking, if you can't afford any of these, right, Skirmisher is cheap enough. It's a single logogram. Just use Skirmisher. It's a flat 20% increase. Okay, not as good as the other three I mentioned, but better than no DPS increase. Okay, now some people sometimes ask me, why can't I just use Plague Bearer? Okay, the main reason is simply because Plague Bearer doesn't do very much in these two fights. Okay, for AV and Osma later on, if you fail to do the mechanics properly, you just outright die. Okay, most of the time you get creeped or you do the wrong mechanics, stand the wrong place, stand the exploding puddles, get hit by the ops, you just outright die. Plague Bearer won't actually save you. So it doesn't really help very much. Because of this, you might as well just drop it and pick up a Wisdom to help push DPS. Okay, having said this, if you really don't have any Wisdom, DPS Wisdom, right, then that's fine. Just try your best not to die lah. Okay, the best thing is just to survive and do as much DPS as you can. If you really can't help it, then there's that. Okay, now for AV itself, okay, moving on to AV itself. Okay, because we need DPS, so must try to switch your wisdom to a DPS wisdom. The other thing is that food actually works inside here, so remember to pop food later on. Okay, we'll remind everyone just before the fight. Okay, now as for AV itself, his actual mechanics is quite straightforward. Essentially, he has one main mechanic which is called Eidos. Now Eidos, what he does is that he will cast bracelets on his wrists, and the bracelets will be of a light whitish color or a dark purplish blackish color. Okay, it's either a light color or a dark color. You need to notice the bracelet color, and based on the bracelet color, you need to handle mechanics accordingly. Okay, now the first way his mechanic manifests is he will spawn puddles around the arena. The puddle of his bracelet color will expand and then explode. Okay, they will grow bigger and then explode. Now the first time he does it, only got a single color only, but subsequent casts, right, he will summon puddles of both colors. So you need to pay attention to his bracelet color and avoid those puddles. Okay, avoid the puddles of his bracelet color. Now for this fight, I will be doing callouts, so I will tell you which color to avoid. You need to run away from those colors. So let's say for this explanation, the demonstration, right? We'll assume he's dark color. Okay, we'll assume he's dark color. So he summoned puddles of light and dark color. You need to run away from the dark color puddles and look for a safe spot, usually hugging one of the light color puddles, but not on the light color puddle itself. Okay, keep in mind, after he summons the puddles will expand. Okay, the puddles of his bracelet color will expand and then explode. All the puddles will explode. So it's not safe to stand on the puddles of the safe, okay, quote unquote safe color as well. You cannot be standing on any puddle when they go off. Okay, a short period of time, they expand. Okay, the dark color puddles expand, all of them explode. Having said this, sometimes when the puddles spawn, you might find that you are hatched in with the puddles that is the unsafe color, okay, the dangerous color puddles. If that is the case, you must quickly run out of the unsafe area to a safe color puddle and hug it. Okay, sometimes you will find that your spawn puddles all around you, they are all of the unsafe color, means you are standing in a dangerous spot. You cannot stay there. You need to run out of there. In that scenario, you must run over the puddle quickly and go to a safe spot. Okay, keep in mind, it is okay to run over the puddles before they explode, but you cannot be standing on the puddles when they explode. Okay, keep this in mind. So understand how the mechanics work. Okay, if you find that there's no safe spot, you need to run to a safe spot. You can run over the puddles, but make sure you're not standing on any single puddle when they expand and then they subsequently explode. Now, in the event that you're not sure where is the safe spot, follow everyone else. Okay, for this fight, it's quite safe to assume that you can follow everyone else for the fight. Okay, most of the time, they'll be going to the safe spots. Okay, now next. The second way his mechanic manifests is that he'll split the arena into two halves, light half and dark half. His bracelet, okay, assuming it is dark color. If his bracelet is dark, everyone needs to stand on the light half. Okay, for this fight, I'll be doing callouts. I will tell you which color you need to stand on. So, for example, if you need to be on light, I'll say stay on light, or go to dark. Okay, I'll tell you which color you need to stand on. Do keep in mind that later in the fight, at a specific phase, he will do this mechanic 3 times consecutively. So be ready to move. Okay, and healers need to top up in between. Even though you're on the safe color, you will still take some damage. The damage will add up and will kill over time. So just make sure your healer tops you. If you're a healer, you need to top up everybody lah. Even though they're not taking they're doing the mechanic, you'll still take damage. Just heal through as necessary. Okay, and the third way you'll see his mechanic manifest is that he will spawn ops and tethers. Okay, now this one a bit important. When he does the move called Turbulent Aether, randomly selected players will be tethered with an op and a tether. The op and tether is also same thing, light or dark color. Either light or dark color. There will be both colors. Some of you will be light, some of you will be dark. When it spawns, right, you need to quickly identify if you have the tether or not. If you have the tether, you drop everything else and focus on handling your mechanic first. Okay, now, once you are tethered, look around you. If you are, okay, assuming you are tethered with dark color, if you are light color, it's just reverse lah. Okay, assuming you are tethered with dark color, you need to look for a small little puddle with the opposite color. So if I'm tethered with a dark color puddle, I need to find a light color. Sorry, I'm tethered with a dark color op. I need to find a light color puddle and run to it and stay in it until the op hits me and explodes. Okay, the op hitting me will AoE damage around me, but because I'm inside the opposite color puddle, it will mitigate most of the incoming damage. So I will be safe. Okay, I will still take some damage, but I won't die. I must be inside the opposite color puddle. Okay, so everyone with a tether must quickly run around, find a puddle of the opposite color, stay in it until the op hits you. Now, having said this, a few things to take note. You cannot share puddles with other people. Only one person per puddle. Okay? So if someone's in the puddle already, go find another puddle. Number 2, if you do not have time to find a puddle, okay, if you realize very, very late that you are tethered with an op and it's about to explode and hit you, try to pull yourself away from everyone else. The worst thing you want to do is to stand right in the center with everyone else with the op and eat it in the center. The op will explode, hitting everyone around you, and killing quite a number of people. So please try your best to handle the mechanic. This is why personal mechanics are important, because if you fail to do them properly, you kill a lot of other people, and then this will result in a DPS loss, and generally it might lead to wipes if too many people start dying. Okay, so handle the mechanics properly. Now, having said this, the first time he does this Turbulent Aether, right, he follows it up with Medusa Javelin. Okay, now Medusa Javelin is essentially a wide cleave, okay, a wide frontal cleave that will petrify anyone hit by it. To avoid this, we normally hold for the telegraph of the javelin first. Okay, the moment he does turbulent aether, randomly selected players will be tethered, but we wait. Okay, we do not run off to the puddles first because we need to bait the javelin to be cast. Once it is cast, then we go. So for the fight, when I'm doing callouts, I will say, identify, okay, turbulent aether, see if you have the orbs or not, see if you are tethered, but wait. Once I see the telegraph come out, I will say, go. Then you run to your puddles. Okay, we want to bait the cleave to a specific point so that everyone can go to their puddles afterwards. If you start running to your puddles first and then he telegraphs the cleave onto you, you are dead. Okay, there's no way you can get out of the cleave and then go back in to pop the puddle later on. It's not say it cannot, but it's tough, it's tight. Okay, so try not to. So hang on first, wait for the telegraph to come out, then you go. Okay, now at the same time, the second time he does this, there will be adds as well. Okay, adds summon wyverns or call wyverns. He used a move called call wyverns. There will be 2 adds that spawn. Now, AV is wind aspected, but the adds will be thunder aspected. And the adds need to be burned down ASAP. Okay, you need to burn the adds as soon as you can. So, for the adds, we will burn them. All the DPS focus on the adds first. Okay, if the adds stay alive long enough, they cast explosion, you can guess what happens. Okay, a lot of people die. So focus on adds first. Remember to rotate your Magia and rotate back once you retarget AV. Okay, AV is wind aspected. You need to change to thunder aspected to burn adds and then change back to wind afterwards. Again, that's pretty much it for the explanations. Okay, so all for this fight, I'll be doing callouts. Okay, once again, we'll need a DPS. Okay, we need DPS. So all the DPS here, right, please try to have a DPS wisdom popped on you. Okay, try not to not have any wisdom. Okay, that's just bad. Okay, either plate bearer. If you don't have anything, then plate bearer is fine. But try to use any DPS wisdom. Skirmisher is acceptable. Okay, you can use either duelist, fiend hunter, or elder is best. Okay, just pop your DPS wisdoms, as well as use food. Okay, food here helps. Okay, not to mention it gives you a slight vitality buff so you will want to have it as well. So pop your food, pop your wisdoms. Okay, now everyone, you should be back ready. Do a ready check. Okay, do a ready check. And then once we're ready, right, we will start. Now, if there's anyone who is not ready, your party member not ready, sound off now. Then we wait. If not, we are going to proceed. Are we doing callouts?
Yeah.
Okay, then we just wait up. We just wait a bit. It's okay. It's okay. We have time. We haven't set a full time yet, but we are getting ready.
I'm
Crap
walking.
out of me. You scared the crap out of me again.
No, you went to pop traps. It's okay.
I know,
Actually,
right? You didn't
Yeah.
tell me though.
if your home gang is up right during the fight, right, you can actually pop it once more in the proximity marker phase. Rotate to non-defensive, and then when he jumps away and the proximity marker come down, you just stand exactly on the proximity marker, pop your home gang. You will survive it, and you will proc your indom once more. But of course,
And
you need
Kelly
to.
will have a heart attack.
Yeah, but you must.
Yeah,
She need to be prepared. She need to be prepared for it.
just tell me. Yeah, that way
It's just,
I'm like.
it's just the proximity marker that phase
Nah, I'll just cut die Osma.
Okay, that's fine too. Okay lah. So if all good, then Colin, you can start. Colin T, if you'll be so kind. Okay, so
Mia
if
has 10 stacks now.
yeah, so we just get ready lah. Just listen to the call outs. Pop your food, pop your wisdom. My party has someone with no wisdom.
Yeah, sorry, the post in the thing said if you're new, just bring plates, so I just brought plate bearer.
That's fine. Okay, if you don't have, then just stick as plate bearer. It's okay. For brand new players, it's okay. It's acceptable because sometimes there's no time to prepare or not ready. It's fine. But for those who are experienced, okay, and especially if you do go for clear runs, you must bring the wisdom. People will actually ask you, where's your DPS wisdom? No, the JP will say, wisdom of the this please. Can you change to this wisdom? Then it will be a bit not very nice if you're still using plate bearers. Okay, get ready. We're gonna start soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so same thing. Level 2, level 1, limit break. Go ahead. Okay, level 2 can cast ready.
Steady. Yeah.
Level 1 can go ahead. Okay, and we'll just try our best.
Yeah.
Okay, now one last thing to note here. The tank, right? Tank Buster is AoE, so try to stay away from the main tank. I will mention this as we go, when it happens lah. Okay, but just avoid Colin. Okay, avoid Colin the main tank here. Yeah, sure. Ask your put a marker. Okay, fine, never mind. Too late already. Okay, idols coming in. First one is light color, so just move away from the light color puddles. Okay, the first one only has one color, so it's just a demonstration of the mechanic. Later, there'll be two colors. You need to actually think fast and move fast. Okay, orientate yourself away from the main tank. Okay, dodge the Medusa Javelin. It is Medusa Javelin. Okay, now notice because Medusa Javelin has a large area of effect, right? You want to try to stay near the boss, because if you're all the way at the edge and he catches you right in the middle, right, you cannot escape it. So try to stay near the main boss. Okay, now go to light. Go to light. Okay, try to focus on the mechanics and callouts. Okay, now this is a tank buster. Just orientate yourself away from the tank buster. The main tank, sorry. Okay, we'll try to adjust the later.
Serena, just come to my party. We've got two.
You are even inside this run. Yes.
See, Serena's not. Is
No,
Serena
not
here?
you?
He's not. They are spawning
Oh.
outside.
Oh, this
Okay,
spawning theater.
go away from the
That
dark
was
color.
confusing.
Go away from the dark color. Follow everyone. Over here, in the corner here. Yep. Nice. Okay. Go back close. Okay, always stay close. Always stay close.
Sorry, I just assumed you're in the chat, so I'm gonna come in with support.
Okay, red whites.
I'll give them.
Okay, now this is Turbulent Aether. Get ready for the mechanic, but don't run off first. Okay, now notice if you are tethered or not. Okay, but hang on first. Hang on. Okay, go. Okay, go to the opposite color. Everyone else stay stacked near the middle to avoid getting cleaved by the other people, and avoid the main tank as well. There's a tank buster incoming. Okay, then come back to us once you're done. Okay, meteor incoming. Okay, another meteor. Okay, now get ready. He's gonna do 3 consecutive ground splits. So get ready to move fast. Stay stacked in the middle. Okay, stay stacked in the middle. If you have time, you can even rotate your Mega Bot to defensive. Just rotate it manually to win. Okay, rotate to win. And then stay stacked in the center. Okay, obviously, it's pushing you to the center. That guy running off the side is not gonna make it. Yeah.
Annoying.
All of it is light.
Easy.
All of it is light.
Stay
All
on
of
light,
it is
stay on light.
Stay on light. Stay on light. Okay, good. Stay on light. Just go to light. Just go to light. All of it is light. It is easy, It's just all light. Okay, now, run away from the proximity marker that appears, and then
Not
run
now.
back to him. Okay, run away, sprint away, proximity, run away. Okay, and then go back close. He's Medusa Javelin. Okay. Okay, then orientate yourselves away from the main tank. Orientate yourself away from the main tank. Guys, those near Colin, move away. Incoming tank buster. Yeah, don't run off from the center there. You can see that the proximity is trying to push you towards the center. If you run off from the center, you just die lah. Hey, those who die, just pop another spirit. Remember, pop another spirit. You need to have it up on you all times. Okay, now, ads incoming. So get ready to burn the ads. Okay, remember to rotate your Mega as well to burn the ads. Okay, your limit breaks, so on and so forth. Feel free to use it. Now, at the same time, those with Turbulent Aether, handle Turbulent Aether. Okay, dodge the Medusa Javelin first, and then go. Okay, ads are good, very good. Okay, don't handle the mechanics.
Somebody, just be careful. Ooh, run!
Just avoid the people who are
That was lucky.
too late, but it's okay. Need to
Oh,
win.
that other person got
He was
me on it.
So then we just burning AV. Okay, get ready. Puddles, go. Okay, just stay in this.
Just stay here. Yeah, just.
It's safe. This is like lucky. It's like safe. Okay, now come closer to the center.
See proximity.
It's
okay,
fine.
because
It's
there'll be a split. Okay, now go to light. Okay, and then go to dark. Okay, stay on dark.
Don't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't move. Those who move die.
Oh, doesn't.
Can you go to Kata close to 5%?
Alright.
Okay, Okay, dodge it. Okay, more meteors incoming. Okay, technically speaking, after you just burn to death, but if we see a second cell S, right, we may need to settle the S.
Get off.
Okay, second cell ads incoming. Ads incoming. Okay, we will handle the ads. Leave me break if you can. Yeah, just leave me break. Then ads. Okay, then same thing lah. Handle.
Do not.
If you have turbulent ether, go and handle turbulent ether. You can, right? Maybe just. Okay, just burn the ads first. Okay, the ads is casting explosion needs to die. Okay, good. Okay, then just burn AV. That should be second cell ads should be the most we could see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Nice.
Okay, then we will handle the GeForce. Okay, grab your treasure chest first. Just grab your treasure chest first.
Yeah. Hold on, Duzzy.
Okay, quite a number of people did.
Fine.
4, 5, 6, 7.
You'll remember it didn't proc. Ahmed did try it already. And I.
Kelly, you're cutting out.
Am I?
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
hear you. Not
Is it better?
Yeah,
Ahmed,
back.
you wanna do this?
Okay, so just so you guys understand what's happening, right? Because we cannot rest people in DA, right? What happens is that healers need to use this move called Sacrifice L, which essentially kills the healer and reses the dead player. The healer will die after 10 seconds with a Doom debuff. There's no way to remove the Doom debuff. Now the thing is that what happens is that because the healer is going to die, right? But the healer has Spirit of the Remember on themselves. So they are actually rolling their spirit to see if it procs. So the healer dies, if the spirit procs, the healer gets back up, healer cracks a new spirit, and we all carry on. So this is what we are doing. But however, if the spirit does not proc, then the healer stays dead. Another healer have to sacrifice for that healer, and they keep doing it to each other until they don't die. So this is what we call chain sacking. So normally for healers, right, you want to bring spare, sacrifice plus Spirit of the Remember logograms to raise the dead people in the run. Okay, for healers. This also makes healer runs kind of expensive. So remember to pay your healers later on. Toss a coin to your healers. Yeah, it's not cheap. Okay, I mean technically logograms are a lot cheaper these days, so it's not too expensive anyway. Okay, remember, grab your treasure coffer, and we're just going to proceed to the last 2 trash ads, and then you'll be Osma already. Okay, now to save time, I'm going to start off with the Osma brief. Osma is essentially a simple fight with a lot of movement. Okay, the difficulty comes from the recognizing the mechanics and the movement itself. Okay, now what will happen is that later on when you look at the arena, right, you'll see that the Osma, or if you look at the minimap now, right, you'll see that Osma essentially is like a circular platform with 3 little protuberances at the sides. One on the left, one on the right, one on the south. Okay, so south, east, and west platforms. Okay, those are the platforms. And essentially, Osma is all about handling the Osma mechanics. Okay, and what will happen is that we will split into 3 different teams. Team 1, 2, and 3, okay, corresponding to like east, west, and south platforms. And then each team will have 1 main tank and 1 sub tank. And then there will be a 7th party. Okay, there should be 7 parties altogether. 7th party who will be the SST sub tank party. Okay, they are the spare party who will support if necessary. Okay, now for Osma, right, the main tank's job is just to hold the Osma aggro. So the main tank actually needs to know what to do for Osma. Okay, thankfully for this run, we have myself, Mia, and Colin for the main tanks. So they will be handling all the main tank mechanics. We don't have to worry too much. Okay, now one thing to note, do not jump down first. Okay, for those who new, do not jump down first. Wait for us to handle all the organization stuff first. Okay, now the button at the front is what you stand on to jump down. Don't jump down first. Okay, now later once you jump down, a few things to note. Okay, there's a macro being played, so this macro is actually for both the JP and English speakers respectively. Try to recognize the macro, and I'll explain these mechanics as we go along. Okay, now later once you jump down, right, do note the Osma platform. First things first, you can fall off the platform. Do not run off the platform. Do not auto run on the platform. You might actually fall off accidentally. I've seen it happen more than once actually. Okay, I've seen people fall off the platform before even start fighting, dies before the fight even starts. Okay, and then healer must sack and wasting the healer's logo grabs. Okay, so don't fall off the platform. The other thing is, later when you jump down, right, don't target Osma. Okay, if we jump down later, once we hop down, we need to get into position first. The Osma won't actually start until we attack it, until we pull it. So do not hit the Osma by accident. I've also seen things happen like I've also seen it happen before. Someone early pull, we jump down, some of us still jumping down, Osma get pulled, people start getting auto attacked by Osma, people start dying before you even get into position. So just be careful. Okay, now Osma essentially is split into three. We are all split into three different parties. One main tank on east, west, and south, and one sub tank on east, west, and south. Okay, the sub tank party generally doesn't do very much for the tanks, but the main tank party needs to know all the main tank mechanics. Okay, this is why we have experienced tanks handling Osma. For those of you who are interested in actually becoming main tanks one day, right, feel free to ask me about how to handle main tank mechanics. Okay, either after this run or you can look for me outside. Okay, but I won't be explaining main tank mechanics here because it will take too much time. Okay, now Osma, if you look carefully at Osma now, you can see it's a gigantic, glowy, shiny ball. This is what we call the sphere form. Osma essentially transforms into different forms, and each time he transforms into a different form, right, he performs a different set of mechanics. Okay, the very first one he does is a spike ball form. Okay, so later when we jump down, okay, the main form is just it just does auto attacks to the main tank, very hard hitting ones by the way, so the healers need to heal. Okay, in sphere form he does hard hitting auto attacks to the main tank. Healers just need to top up or keep the tank alive. Later on, first thing he does is he transforms into a spike ball form. Spike ball is point blank AoE. Okay, so the Osma transforms into a spike ball, followed up by a point blank AoE. We need to move away from the Osma. Okay, all of us will be on a platform. So if you're on the platform, Osma is in the center of the arena. The front of the platform is where Osma is. I will be doing callouts for this fight. I will say, go to the back. Okay, go to the back. So point blank means the Osma does a point blank from the center. We go to the back of the platform. Just move to the back. Once the mechanic fires off, we go back to the front. Okay, all of us will be stacked to the front left. Okay, just follow everyone. You can't miss it. Everyone will be stacked together. The main tank will be at the front right. Okay, now next, other than spike ball, Osma also transforms into a cube which does donut AoE. Okay, for donut, you need to go close to the Osma. Okay, donut means go in. So go to the front. If he does donut, I will say go to the front. You move to the front. Wait until he fires off, then go back to the safe spot if necessary. Okay, most of the time we'll be in the front anyway. Now, the third form is the triangle form or pyramid form. Osma fires a line or a laser down the entire width of the platform. You need to get off the platform by moving off the edges of the platform. You're not dropping off, but moving off to the ring-shaped platform along the edges. Okay, just get off to the ring-shaped platform. Okay, then once he fires the beam, go back onto the platform. Okay, now for this one, main tank always be the last one to get off the platform. Okay, I'll mention this later on as well. Okay, but I think all the main tanks know how to do this. Okay, now, so pretty much that's it for the Osma mechanics. He just transforms, does a mechanic, and then he continues to do more mechanics for the different forms. Now, here, throughout the fight, right, he also sometimes summons these things known as Osma Shades. Shades will appear at the back of the platform, and they will transform to one of three forms: spike ball, cube, or triangle. Okay, now, the process is always like this. He summons the shade starts to transform. I will call out. Okay, for example, shade appears. I'll say shades. I see the shade start to change into cube. I will say go to the back. Okay, now because the cube is at the back and cube is a donut, you need to go close to it. You need to go to the back of the platform. And then before it fires off, the main Osma starts transforming into a cube also. So I'll say go to the front after. So the process is to move to the back. The donut fires off. Go to the front donut fires off. That is what Osma mechanics are like. Okay, so can be different permutations. Can be spike ball, cube, okay, spike ball, or triangle. Can be any number of set permutations. I will just be doing callouts, listen to the calls, and follow accordingly. Okay, now, next. In between every transformation, so first shape is sphere, he will change to spike ball. After spike ball, he will always change back into a sphere again. So it's always sphere, spike ball, sphere, one of three forms, sphere, one of three forms, sphere, one of three forms, and he alternates like this 6 times, and after the 6th time, he's enraged. 10 minutes, 30 seconds long. Every time he transforms into a sphere shape, everybody needs to go to one of the 6 buttons on the arena itself. Okay, for your own party, you will either be on the platforms button, which is in the center of the platform, or the clockwise position button, which is on the ring-shaped platform in the clockwise direction. We never go anti-clockwise. Okay, for this fight, we never go anti-clockwise. There's no reason you need to go anti-clockwise. Always clockwise direction. Okay, always to the left. Okay, either on the main platform or go to the left. Now, every time he transforms into the sphere form, he will do this move called black hole. All 6 buttons on the platform must have 1 or more people standing in them. Okay, so and all 6 buttons must have at least 1. If any one of the buttons don't have anybody standing in them, we all wipe. At the same time, you yourself must be in a button. If you are not standing on any button, you wipe. Okay, you will get kicked out of the instance. That's the end of the run for you. Okay, for the purposes of guaranteeing that every button is accounted for, normally main tanks and healers and melee DPS go to the platform button. Range DPS and casters go to the clockwise position button. Okay, but in a pinch, let's say you die and you respawn and you are near the center button, but you are range DPS, but black hole is gonna hit soon, just go to the nearest button. This is only for people who can afford to run over lah. Okay, if in a pinch you really have no time to make it to the clockwise position, it's not that you must go there, but we just assign the range DPS can go to the clockwise because they can still attack from the range position, okay, from the clockwise position. Whereas for melee, they need to be near the center to keep the uptime, okay, to minimize uptime. Okay, now next, there are 2 personal mechanics that everyone needs to know. These 2 mechanics are, number 1, meteors. For meteors, what happens is every platform, 2 people will be assigned a meteor marker on their heads. You cannot miss it. The meteor marker looks like a gigantic AoE with a red triangle on top of it. Now the main problem is trying to identify, okay, someone jump down, be careful. Okay, the main problem is trying to identify who has the marker. Okay, if you have it, you need to handle the mechanic. Now what is the mechanic? For meteors, you will need to move yourself to one of 2 assigned positions. One is at the back right corner of the platform, and the other one is in the clockwise position on the button on the ring-shaped platform. Later when we jump down, every single party will place waymarks to show you where these meteor positions are. If you get the meteors, you must move yourself to one of these 2 waymarks, sit on it, wait for the meteor to place the proximity marker on the floor, then run back to the group and stack with them. Okay, you wait for the meteor to be placed, then you run back to the group and stack with them. It's a proximity lah, so you need to go back. Don't stand under the meteor, you will die. Okay, yeah, you try to use 1 kata for this if you can afford it.
I can kata now.
Just before it runs out, kata.
Yeah, just come to the back.
Yeah, just try to squeeze as much time as you can. You try to manage it. Okay, I'll try to explain finish really quick. Okay, now, second mechanic. Okay, now, first things first, for meteor, right? Now, the thing is that we do not know who will get the meteor. It can be anyone. Okay, it can be tank, can be main tank, can be 2 healers, can be 2 DPS. We do not know. Okay, it's a random selection. Because of this, one of you needs to go to the back, one of you needs to go to clockwise direction. You can never stack the 2 meteors. Don't both people go to the same spot. If you do that, both meteors land and they explode immediately, killing everyone on that platform. So never stack meteors. You must adjust. Okay, so try to adjust. The person closer to the back, go to the back. The person closer to the clockwise direction, go to the clockwise direction. You try to adjust as best as you can. Yeah, there's no real way to determine who goes where lah. But try to adjust as best as you can. Okay, but whatever you do, never stack the 2 of them together. Now the other thing is that if let's say you realize that you are both adjusting south, then both going to the east, okay, try to split up. Now, never ever jump off the platform as well. Okay, if you jump off the platform, okay, I've seen it happen before. Someone failed to realize he has the meteor. He's got the meteor. He's waited too long, and he realizes that, oh crap, I've got meteor. I will take one for the team, and I'll jump off the platform, taking the meteor with me. It doesn't work. If you jump off the platform, the meteor gets placed exactly where you die. We can no longer move the meteor. So try to move yourself as best as you can to the correct position. Okay, usually one at the south, one at the clockwise. The one closer to the south go south. The one closer to the left goes to the left. Okay, adjust as best you can. Now, in case you misplace the meteor, right, all the tanks pop your limit break. Okay, the limit break, if meteor is misplaced, pop it to survive. It's possible to mitigate a lot of the damage if the meteor is not placed right smack in the center of the platform. If it's placed right in the center, right, then there's not much hope lah. The platform is pretty much dead. Okay, so meteors try to handle as best as you can. If you fail it right, you will kill everybody else lah, which is not good lah. Okay, now second mechanic is acceleration bombs. Okay, acceleration bombs only seen during the triangle form. Okay, but I will call it out. If there's Excel bombs, I'll say get ready for Excel bombs. Okay, Excel bombs, a dice icon will appear on top of your randomly selected people. Okay, it can be anyone, randomly selected, not even like 2 per platform. No, it's anyone. Can even have 3 per platform. No, 4 per platform. Okay, your platform might have none. It's random. Okay, but randomly selected people will have this Excel bomb debuff, and as the debuff counts down, once it hits closer to 0, you'll see a dice icon appear above your head. 3, 2, 1. Once it hits 0, that player needs to stop moving, stop attacking, stop casting, and if you are ranged DPS, you need to shift your weapon and not auto attack as well. In essence, you need to just don't do anything. Wait for the thing to drop off, nothing happens. Okay, but if you are moving or casting or auto attack happens just as it times out, it will explode. You and anyone near you drops to 10% HP. Okay, it's percentage based, cannot be mitigated. So try to resolve Excel bombs properly. Okay, the tricky thing is that if he goes off, the healer needs to quickly top up everyone because it tends to come just before or just after meteors. So meteors will be coming in very soon after Excel bombs happen. So try your best to handle it properly. Okay, Excel bombs only in the triangle form, meteors only in triangle and spike ball. So try to handle these mechanics properly. Okay, now last few mechanics to handle. Okay, for meteors, after the meteors land, there will be ads. Same thing as AV earlier on, just burn the ads. Okay, the good thing for this boss fight is that the boss and all the ads are the same Magia. Just stay at Thunder. You just stay at Thunder and just don't need to rotate Mega Ball at all. Okay, now other than ads, need to be burned quickly. There's also a couple of knockback mechanics in this fight. Okay, the knockback mechanics look like the first one is shooting star. It looks like a radial shape knockback, a radial shape pattern coming out from the center button of the platform. You just need to position yourself to be knocked either to the front or to the back. Okay, the very first time you see it doesn't matter, front or back doesn't matter, but just don't get knocked to the sides. You will fall off the platform. Okay, either get knocked to the front or the back, just follow everyone. Okay, now later on in the fight, you may need to get knocked to a specific direction, either the front or the back. I will call out, get knocked to the front, get knocked to the front. Make sure you get pushed back to the front. Or get knocked to the back, get knocked to the back. Make sure you get pushed back to the back. Okay, this is shooting star. Now the other mechanic is a bit more insidious. It's called Holy, and it's a very, very small punt from the center pushing backwards. Okay, it comes out when the boss is in a square form. However, to ignore it totally, I always tell people, just never hug the back of the platform, no matter where you are, whether you're on the ring, whether you're on the platform. Don't go all the way to the back of the platform and hug it. If you hug it and you get hit by Holy, you get knocked off. If you don't hug it and suddenly Holy hits you, you get shocked by it. Oh, there's a knockback, but you won't fall off. You're fine. Okay, so try not to hug the back of the platform. There will be times where you need to go to the back. I will say go to the back, but not all the way. Means there's an incoming Holy. You need to just stay slightly closer to the front, get pushed back so that you won't get clipped by the donut shape. Okay, it usually happens when the donut is at the back. Okay, so just listen to the callouts and move accordingly. Never hug the back of the platform. Okay, and anything else? Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, that's pretty much it for the explanation for all the mechanics. Now, for the sub-tanks, sub-tank party, right, healers need to handle bleed mechanics. Okay, when the boss is in a triangle formation or triangle pattern, triangle shape, he will do this auto attack which places a stacking AoE bleed debuff on the player furthest from the platform. Normally, we assign one healer to handle this mechanic. The healer goes as far back as they can, but not all the way to the back. And then, as long as they are the furthest from the front, they will get hit by making sure that it doesn't hit anybody else. they will just eat the bleed, okay, eat the auto attacks, take the bleed as sooner themselves, and keep themselves healed to full. That's all. Okay, but somebody needs to do it. Someone needs to stand away from the party. If no one is standing away from the party, then everybody eats the bleed, right? You will start to get out of control. So try to get one healer. Okay, normally it's assigned already. Sub-tank party, one of the healers will do it. Try to get the healer to do it. But if the healer is not doing it, if you are a healer, you can also run to the back and bait the bleed. Don't feel shy to just, doesn't mean the assigned healer needs to do it. If the assigned healer is dead, someone needs to step in. So just volunteer yourself. If you are the healer during the triangle shape, just move yourself further to the back, eat the bleed as soon as yourself, that's all. It doesn't hurt very much either. Okay, so this is it for all the mechanics for the Osma fight. I'll be doing callouts for this fight. Any questions? Any questions? If there's any questions, please feel free to ask. If not, then we will do a ready check and then we will jump down. Okay, we will jump down.
The last kata up here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, where are you? Yep. Go,
Okay,
go,
for
go.
everybody else, you already have your team assignments. So we're going to jump down now. And then don't target the boss. Don't hit it. Don't fall off the platform. Go to your assigned positions. Okay, follow your party lah. East or west, just go. Am I south? Yes, I'm south. Okay, so I'll be main tanking south. Okay, now every party, help me to place the waymarks as well. Okay, because the waymarks are only visible in party level, you need to place it for your own party. Okay, I will be doing for south for my party, and then all of your parties need to help to put also. Okay, place the waymarks, please.
Yeah.
Okay, for meteors, use the waymarks. Excel bombs, please remember stop moving. Okay, I won't be shouting out Excel bomb because I'll tell you all look out for Excel bomb, but if it's on you, you need to identify it. Okay, now if you have meteor or Excel bomb, try to identify if you have it. You can try jumping, shuffling side to side. The icon on your head will follow you, but you need to try to identify if you have it. The main problem is that if people fail to identify it's them, they just stand still, right, or sit still, and they don't realize it's them, right? They will just place the meteor on everyone and everyone dies. So try to identify, stop whatever you're doing. We can skip a few GCDs just to handle the personal mechanics, Excel bomb and meteors. Okay, now last few checks. Make sure your mega is rotated properly. Use food if you have it. We need the DPS. We have 13 minutes left. Okay, just enough time for the fight. Okay, and we will call out an ET of, let's say, 22 lah. Okay, 2200. Okay, a nice buffer for those who need to cast bravery. Please go ahead and spam it on everyone. Okay, so ET 2200. Get ready. Okay, same thing as before. Limit break level 1, level 2, 2 to 3 ET before for level 2, 1 to 2 ET before for level 1. Now, if spirit, okay, if in this fight if you die and by falling off the platform and your spirit procs, do keep in mind that you will spawn at the south platform. Try to find a chance to go back to your own side. Okay, but ideally this only happens if you fall off, die, and spirit procs. Puts you on the south platform. Okay, any last questions before we? Okay, we'll just try our best. Just try our best. I'll be doing calls for this fight. Yeah, just try to handle the personal mechanics. Generally, it's just the personal mechanics, meteors and Excel bombs that fucks things up for everyone else. If it goes off, kills a lot of people on your side loses DPS, can't burn the ads kill everybody on another side, and then we sort of collapse. It sort of collapses from there. So just try your best to just survive, do the mechanics, and then we'll just try to clear it.
But imagine, is this actually a music orchestration that you can get? Osma 5?
Yes, there's a song called Turmoil at the end, but you need to clear off.
That one. Yeah. I've got like 7,000 of them.
Wait, I'm not sure if that is Turmoil. Okay, I need to check later lah. Then I'll address later on. I'll just get ready. We're gonna start soon.
I'm keeping mine just to keep track how many clears.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Turmoil lah. Okay, yeah, you can go and play lah. Okay, get ready. We're gonna start soon. Okay,
I give it to
level.
everyone just like syphilis.
Yeah. Level 2 limit break can go ahead. Level 1 limit break can go ahead. No? Okay, then let's go. Let's start. You're starting? Go ahead.
Nice.
Okay, so the first form is just sphere form. The heavy hitting tank buster on the tank, so just keep the tank topped up. You know, everyone should just stay stacked to the front a bit more lah. Just stay stacked, stay stacked. It just helps to stay stacked. Naturally, later on there will be stack mechanics, so if you are already stacked, you can ignore it. Okay, now first form is always spike ball. Go to the back. Go to the back. You can just move early. Okay, but remember, don't hug the back. You just keep it as a passive. Okay, stay stacked. Stay stacked.
Yeah, stack.
At this point of time, Osma does a split damage auto attack. If you are spread out from everyone and you take the auto attack, you just die because you need to share it with everyone else. Okay, now there's a knockback. Okay, just get knocked to either the front or the back, doesn't matter. Okay, but just stay with everyone. Okay, don't get knocked to the sides, it's dangerous, you'll fall off. Okay, stay stacked again. Stay stacked. Okay, and then healer just that's okay. This part is just easy. The hard part comes later on. Okay, now black hole number 1, go to your buttons. Okay, the range one just should go to the clockwise position. Okay, now keep in mind during this phase, healer still taking the main tank is taking spear auto attack damage. So just keep them topped up. And once the animation goes off, you can start moving already. You don't have to wait for it to finish. Okay, now shits have appeared at the back. Okay, the shits are doing cube. So go to the back. Go to the back. Okay, go to the back. Wait for it to fire off first, and then go back to the front. I'm just keeping track of DH numbers. I tend to lose track of them.
That was just
I can call those out if you want.
Thank you. It's shits again. Triangle, get off the platform. The main tank get off last. Main tank get off last. Okay, then go to the front after. Go to the front after. Go to the front.
nice.
Okay, now.
So that Alcon.
Main tank do not stack. Main tank do not stack with the stack
Oh,
marker.
wait. Okay, hold
Main
on.
tank do not
Yeah.
stack. Okay.
Holy?
This holy can ignore because it just pushes you. You just try to stay closer to the center. It'll push you slightly to the sides as well, so sometimes you can knock off the side. Okay, this is just a blind AoE auto attack. The main tank will just direct it away from everyone else. Nothing much to say about this. Okay, shades incoming. Okay, shades. Okay, stack marker and get off the platform. Get off the platform. Now stay closer to the
Yeah.
front. Stay closer to the front. Stay closer to the front. Okay, good. And go back in.
Okay, for some odd reason, both those holies didn't affect me. What?
If it happens like
It
that.
only affects a certain amount of people each hit, like
Yep.
48 or something.
Oh,
So if you're
nice.
just slightly further back, you won't get hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, black hole number 2. Okay, those who die, just pop another spirit. You can. It just helps. Okay, black hole number 2. Okay, once the animation goes off, just get out of it. You don't need to stay inside the button for long. Okay, just uptime, EPS. Shits again. Cube, go to the back. Cube, go to the back. Main Oscar.
After they get off.
Get off the platform after. Okay, get off the platform. Get off the platform. Okay, then go back in.
Yep.
Okay, now this is triangle, so we're going to get meteors and Excel bombs. Get ready to handle them. Okay, get ready to identify who has them. Okay, meteors. Okay, meteors go and handle. Okay, adjust. Okay, some
Oh,
okay, Excel
we got
bomb went
bombed.
out. Okay, just heal up.
Heal.
Heal up. Okay, then burn the ads. Okay, main tanks will just pull the ads together. Everyone just burn. Okay, someone needs to handle bleed. Bleed player, go to the back of the platform, please. Shits.
I like this black blue thing.
Close.
Okay, stay close to the front. Come to the front. Even the bleed player comes to the front. Okay, that's all. That's it. No, don't get up. No. There's no laser beam.
Excel bombs.
Heal.
Excel. Fuck.
Excel
That's-
bombs.
Okay, I'm dead. Oop.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, try to resolve Excel properly.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, handle the bleed again. Black hole number.
Three.
Go to the buttons. Go to the button.
Back.
Yeah, just try to handle Excel bombs. Scares everyone. The Excel bomb is stacked with everyone, it scares everyone. Usually we'll try to move out lah to identify that you're the Excel bomb player, but it's okay if you're new. Okay, shits. Okay, stay at the front, it's okay, stay at the front. Now main Osma. Also spike ball, get ready to go back. Go to the back. Okay, go to the back, Now stay stacked. Once you're at the back, don't get closer. Do not get closer, stay stacked and move to the front. It's a split damage. If you get closer and you get tagged with it, so you die. Okay, meteors. Handle meteors, please. You guys. Okay, come back in. Okay, now there's a knockback. Get ready to move to the knockback position. Okay, and burn the X. Okay, if you have limit break, caster limit break especially, please feel free to use it here.
I think I'll put it in a second.
That's fine. As long as you can burn the S, it's good enough. You can stay stacked. Okay, now shits. Incoming. Okay, now this one, knock back to the front. Knock to the front. Okay, knock to the front. Okay, can. That's it.
Nice.
Okay, stay stacked, stay stacked. Okay, black hole number 4.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, those who die, don't leave your party if you get sucked out. Okay, shits. Keep, go to the back, go to the back. Keep, go to the back.
Right, then off.
Then get off the platform after it fires off. Okay, go off, get off. Okay, now triangle again, unfortunately. So we're gonna have meteors and Excel bombs once more. So triangle is the worst. Okay, now pin, bait the bleed, pin, bait the bleed at the back. Okay, meteors. Okay, adjust.
again.
Okay, the Excel bomb person can stop moving. Okay, nice. Okay, burn the X. Okay, again, for limit break, just use. Okay, beat the pin again, It's auto attacking again. Someone go to the back. Okay, nice.
Triangle. Up.
Okay, triangle, get off the platform. Oh shit, fell off.
What? You fell
Okay,
off.
yeah, I fell off. Okay, sub tank for the south side can just take over. Sub tank for the south side just provoke and take over.
You not.
Yeah, I didn't talk. Never mind, I didn't talk. Okay,
Call
so black
five.
number 5. Okay,
Five.
we just take over the callouts because I'm getting sucked out here. So I fell off the platform.
That's what you get. Shades.
Get off the
Get off the
platform.
platform. And then go to the front. Okay, tank the balls. Stay away from balls. Stack master. Push back. Okay. That was a little slow, but we're fine.
Yeah, I should be able to clear.
Sorry?
Keep at it. Just
Yeah,
keep going. Keep going.
fine.
Just focus. I lost focus there, that's why.
Shades.
Get off.
Get off the platform and stack.
Get off the platform.
Push back. Yeah. And then go back to the front. Heal up. Keep going. This is a clear, guys.
Yeah, it should be a clear. We're doing quite
Yeah. Black hole, but we've done it. Congrats.
good. Nice.
Call. Really call out.
Congrats everyone on their clears.
Yep, so that's pretty much it for the entire fight. Like, ha 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 ha. Time for me to retire.
Yeah. Time to retire.
You go handle it. You guys can do
Me
it.
too. I got bombed.
Yeah, it happened. Unfortunate lah. Okay, now for those who congrats for everyone for the clears. For those who didn't make it right, unfortunately, not to worry. Just come back for more lah. Just keep trying. Okay, essentially you just need to keep trying. Try to gear up as we go through. So like this is other than being a practice run, it also functions as a frag farming. So for those who have not cleared, as long as they keep coming for this right, they'll get fragments. Fragments can be used to upgrade your gear, and the gear will help you to survive mechanics. Like if you get clipped, get bombed, okay, you can actually survive some of these with better gear lah. Okay, so just come back for more runs lah, and then over time, eventually you'll definitely get the clear lah.
If
Nice.
this is your
So-
first time, jump
Yeah.
off the platform in case you don't die. It's fun. Alright, Cito's outside if anybody wants.
Yeah, so remember grab your treasure chest, and then if you all have any questions, things you want to ask, feel free to ask. You can ask in the VC here, you can ask in the shout chat or the EL chat, you can ask on the Discord as well. Okay, we'll be doing more runs. For those who are interested in, like maybe either you didn't get the clear, or you like BA enough that you want to come for more runs, or you want to be an experienced BA runner and you want to help out for future runs, feel free to ask for either invite. Okay, we have some space for cross-rolling shells, but it's kind of full so we can afford to invite a few people who are very serious about coming for more runs so we have some space for some cross-rolling shells. Okay, you can use those for getting organized so we normally use them for organizing like BA runs, things like want to add people, bring people along. You can ask us for invites to those. Okay, as well as if you want, just sign up for more of the runs. Okay, we'll run this every Thursday and Sunday. Bearing the upcoming Thursday one, we may skip that one because of 5.31. And then the weekend one, maybe we'll see how it goes Okay, but we'll try to organize more runs for those who need clears or want to do more Okay, I've seen quite an increase of people joining up for the runs, even though they've cleared it. So I'll try to organize a couple more runs so that people can get their BA fixes. If you want to become BA addict, you want to do BA every day. Clear one time. If you don't clear, you don't get to go sleep. Things like that. So you can just come for more runs. We'll try to organize a couple more. So if not, then once again, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. If not, then that's it for this run. Okay. Once again, congrats on those who have cleared it. You can just sign up for more runs in the future. Okay, once again, thanks goes out to all the BA addicts, those who have supported us, as well as our JP friends. We have a couple of JP addicts as well here. They are actually very, very experienced. They know what to do. Colin's actually one of them. He's been tanking for one of the sites. He didn't die.
Yep.
So yeah, we have quite a number of BA addicts and JP addicts. All credits actually go to them for helping to carry the runs. So thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you guys at the next BA run. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, then that's it for now.
Congrats, everyone.
Congrats.
Next time I'm not gonna play tank again. I'm gonna play like monk.
Wait.
Yeah.
Because you're going to the clear
yeah,
one. Is it?
there's another run tomorrow, guys. For those who are interested, okay, this one cannot be for the brand new people, so unfortunately. So for those who are interested, right, we'll be doing one more run tomorrow. I think there's a few more slots left. You all can choose to sign up for that one. That is just purely BA only. We won't be teaching anything there. Maybe there'll be callouts. I might do callouts, but I may not either, depending on how many people, how many actually need it. And then we'll just give it a try. Just go and see how we can handle BA without callouts. All the previous runs have always been cleared with the help of callouts. But for those who want to challenge themselves, they don't want callouts, you can just go in and try without callouts and see how well you fare. It's okay if we don't clear, it's fine. We'll just be doing it for fun.
So, for the people that have just cleared and don't know where the mount is, you go to the guy in Gridania that hands out achievement prizes.
Jonathan.
That. Yeah, I can never remember his name. And
Jonathan.
he will.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. And he will actually give you the mount as a reward.
Yes, it's actually an achievement, not an actual like BA thing. It's an achievement reward. So you need to just go there and grab it.
Yep.
But yes, congrats for those who did.
Congrats.
Okay, so if there's no other questions, then that's it for this run. Okay, look forward to more in the future. And once again, thanks very much all the BA addicts and JP addicts as well. Okay, questions, feel free to ask. If not, then I think that's it for now. We'll just sign off.
Any food? Okay, bye.
Alright, see you guys.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks all.
Welcome. Thanks for coming.
It was fun. I'm sorry for the early death.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. First timers is okay.
Now you
Before
owe
you come in.
100k to everybody.